Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome to my channel Rajiv's Reviews. In this video, I'm going to be giving my book review of the second book in the Shiva Trilogy called The Secret of the Nagas. Before I get started, I would like to say that I post a new book related video every day in my channel. So if you are interested, then please do like and subscribe to my channel. So I'm not going to go through the detailed plot of this book because there is a lot that happens in it. But just to give a brief synopsis, this book starts where the previous book, The Immortals of Meluha, left off, where Shiva and Sati are following the Naga who was responsible for Brahaspati's death. The story then progresses to their search for the Naga, which takes them to places like Kashi and Panchavati. And they make new friends and foes along their way in their journey. And they try to find out the miracle drug of the Nagas and also get the answers to Brahaspati's demise. We get to meet a lot of the same characters that were introduced in the previous book, and there are quite a few interesting characters that are introduced in this book. So that's pretty much what the book is about. And before I get into my review, I would like to say that there are going to be possible spoilers because I'm going to talk about the things which I liked in the book. So I just realized that The Immortals of Meluha was the very first book review video that I did in my channel. So glad that my video skills have progressed since then because I was just cringing while watching it. Anyway, coming to this book, I thought The Secret of the Nagas was awesome and so much better than its predecessor. I feel like the author has made so many improvements in the story compared to the first book. Firstly, the character development is so much better. If you look at my video for The Immortals of Meluha, I had mentioned that there was a lack of character development because it was so action-packed and that a lot of the characters were mainly two-dimensional. The author has corrected that so well in the story. Most of the characters here are so dynamic that you really don't know how they would react to situations. I loved the whole conflict between Shiva and Ganesh, especially when you know that Shiva is supposed to admire and respect Ganesh for helping him save his family and protecting him, but he just cannot get over the fact of what Ganesh did to Brahaspati. The Naga characters themselves, like Kali and Ganesh, are so unique and complex that you cannot help but root for them. I think I also love Sati's character much more in the second story because of the love that she shows for the Nagas as soon as she realizes that she's related to them. I also really love the romance between Anandmayi and Parvateshwar. It was so filmy and cute, and it was just so nice to see how their love was progressing in the story. I also really liked Karthik, and I'm very interested to find out how he turns out in the following book. Mainly, it was just so nice seeing focus and importance given to all the supporting characters without having them all revolve around Shiva. Secondly, I really enjoyed Amish's style of writing. The dialogues exchanged between the characters are very down to earth and very simplistic, where you can easily relate to them and empathize with them. Again, there are a lot of philosophical dialogues that are mentioned when Shiva goes to meet the Vasudev, where he tries to understand the balance between good and evil. The pacing is also very consistent throughout the book. I especially enjoyed the second half of the storyline where Kali and Ganesh become more prominent in the story. I was also intrigued with the flashbacks of Shiva's past, where there is a scene that could possibly connect him to being related to the Nagas. Coming to the downside, I felt like there were a few minor things that could have been improved. While I love the fact that the story was focused more on the characters, I felt like it was not equally balanced with the action and adventure. In the first book, we have this grand battle that takes place between the Suryavamshis and the Chandravamshis at Mount Mandar. But nothing grand really happens to that scale in the story. There are some nice moments here and there, but again, I wouldn't say that it was so action-packed like the first book. Also, there were some very small plots which were just left open-ended without any explanation given. For example, there's no explanation provided as to that nasty tradition that the Brahma people carry with the peacock at Kashi. And also there is that random storyline where Sati goes to spy on King Atitegwa to the Eastern Palace where she tries to find out what he is up to. I mean, okay, that plot was interesting, but it did not connect in any way to the main storyline, so I did not see what the point of including it was. But overall, The Secret of the Nagas is very gripping and entertaining, and I enjoyed reading it a lot. There are a lot of twists and turns, and the story ends in a cliffhanger, which immediately makes you want to pick out the next book and find out what happens next. Overall, I really enjoyed reading The Secret of the Nagas, and I would give this book a rating of 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you have read this book, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions as to what you thought about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.